What if a single, simple-looking equation could explain everything? I mean, everything. Not just how planets spin or galaxies form, but the very fact that you're here, right now, listening to this and thinking about it.
Well, here it is. Phi equals infinity plus 1. At first glance, it looks almost like a riddle, doesn't it? But according to this incredible framework, this isn't just a riddle. It's the source code for reality itself. Okay, let's dive in and crack this thing open.
We're going to take this equation apart, piece by piece, and we're starting with that first symbol, the one for infinity. The easiest way to think about this is as the cosmic hardware.
So, what do we mean by the infinite? Well, imagine it's the ultimate box of Legos. It's the sum total of every possible physical thing. Every atom, every star, every biological form, every bit of energy. It's all the potential shapes and structures the universe could ever take. It's the raw, boundless hardware of reality, just sitting there.
And look, this isn't just some philosophical hand-waving. This stuff is actually grounded in some pretty mind-bending modern physics. Take string theory, for instance. It suggests that everything is made of these tiny, vibrating strings. Now, in an 11-dimensional space, those strings can wiggle and vibrate in a truly staggering number of ways, like 10 to the 500th power. That's a nearly infinite set of possibilities for what can exist. Or look at quantum gravity, which theorizes that at the tiniest scale, everything is connected to everything else. Both of these ideas point to the same thing. This infinity is the set of all possible states the universe can be in.
Okay, so we've got the hardware, this massive, infinite potential. But you know, a computer without a user is really just a fancy metal box. That brings us to the next part of the equation, the plus 1. This part, well, this is all about you.
The plus 1 is the subject. It's that single, unified point of view. It's the consciousness that says, I am. In our cosmic video game analogy, this is the player, the conscious agent that actually emerges from all that infinite data to experience it.
So how does a conscious you just pop out of an impersonal universe? A really fascinating idea called Integrated Information Theory, or IIT, gives us a clue. It suggests that you start with this sea of infinite unobserved data. But in certain places, like a human brain, that information gets incredibly tangled and interconnected. It becomes knotted. And when that knot of information gets so complex that it can actually affect itself and think about itself, boom, a singular consciousness emerges. Suddenly, there's a point of view. There's a witness. That is the plus 1.
All right, so we've got the cosmic hardware, that infinite network, and we've got the cosmic player, you, the subject. But how in the world do they connect? That, believe it or not, is the job of the humble equals sign.
Now, in this framework, the equal sign isn't just a passive symbol that means is the same as. No way. Here, it's an active, dynamic process. It's the engine. It's like a great cosmic projector that takes all of that impossibly complex, high-dimensional data from the infinity side and translates it into the solid, 3D world that you and I experience every single day.
And this is based on a real, honest-to-goodness concept in physics called the holographic principle. The idea is that all of the raw information of our universe could theoretically be encoded on a distant, two-dimensional surface, kind of like a universal hard drive. The equal sign, then, is the act of projecting that 2D data into the rich, tangible, three-dimensional reality you're in right now. In this view, your reality quite literally is the hologram.
Okay, let's recap. We've defined the hardware, the player, and the projector. So now it's time to put it all together. What do you get when you add it all up? That brings us to our final variable, the mysterious phi.
So phi stands for what's called information power. It's basically the measure of existence itself. It's the reality that emerges when that infinite network is actually experienced by a conscious subject like you. Phi isn't a universe of dead, empty stuff. It's a reality that is fundamentally alive, aware, and participatory.
And this is where the whole thing just clicks beautifully into place. Each part of our simple little equation maps directly onto a major, cutting-edge scientific theory. The infinite, that's rooted in string theory. The equal sign, that's the holographic principle in action. The plus 1 subject, described by integrated information theory. And the result, phi, is this participatory reality. The real magic here isn't just any one of these ideas on its own, but how this equation weaves them all into one single cohesive story of everything.
But this framework takes one more giant leap. It suggests that if the universe really is participatory, then the process that brings everything together, well, it isn't just a cold, mechanical process.
It's driven by a fundamental force, and in this theory, that force is given a very familiar name: love.
Now hold on, we're not talking about romance or Valentine's Day cards here. In this context, love is redefined as a fundamental physical force of integration. You know how entropy is the tendency for things to fall apart, to become more disordered and separated? Well, love is the complete opposite. It's the anti-entropic force that drives things to connect, to reduce separation, and to weave the universe into more complex and orderly patterns.
Which brings us to this final, absolutely profound thought. This entire framework is telling us that we are not just some insignificant accident in a pointless cosmos. Far from it. It suggests that we are essential. Our consciousness, our ability to experience the universe, is the very thing that completes it. It's the final ingredient. As the theory so perfectly puts it, we are the +1 that makes the infinite whole.